Yeah.
You know, coming here this morning, I thought of the words that says, our children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. But it is that line that says, show them all the beauty they possess inside, that I believe this art program and this art competition is about. That beauty that they have inside, which they are expressing, and why it is we are here today to celebrate with them and their achievements. So, on behalf of the committee, the chairman of the committee, Mr. Joe Matalon, and other members who have worked on this competition today, the parents, the participants, I welcome you to this event. Thank you very much.
We have every year an art competition classified by age groups, as you all are aware, in order to feature the leading young artists in any particular year. And hopefully the Airports Authority of Jamaica will continue this as an ongoing tradition of the airport. As you know, we as a board are appointed for a term and move on. This initiative is of this board and this term, and we hope that future boards will maintain the tradition and keep it going. I think it is very important for the art. I think it is also important for the Airport Authority to acquire art. Again, to display some of Jamaica's finest works to both the international and the local community. I think I've spoken long enough. There are many more people to thank. Now that he's here, I want to thank very much Mr. Alexander Cooper and Mrs. Cooper for joining us today and being a part of this. Mr. Cooper, as I said before, is an icon of Jamaican art. I thought he was amongst the originals, but he assures me that he's part of the second wave. He's not to be grouped with the old people. He's one of the young group of Jamaican artists. So with that, I thank you all for coming today. I say special congratulations to the AAJ team, led by Grace Morrison, for the presentation today, and the team of judges headed by Mr. Patrick SAULTER for the work they've done in bringing to us these fine pieces by young Jamaican artists. Thank you.
I want to make special mention of a couple of schools that we think did very well and deserve this special mention. Category A, ages 5 to 9, the Corinaldi Avenue Primary, they copped the 2 top prizes. And I need to recognize not just the artists themselves, but the teachers and others who would have guided them. There's also, of course, Newell High School that copped both top prizes in the category B and C. I don't often get asked to participate at this level. I hope to God that I do get asked in the future because I thoroughly enjoyed the exercise. What we have there is, of course, the different categories and the first 3 in each. But the fact is that 165 entries meant quite a bit of work, very interesting work, and we had to be faithful to the rules that we had set. So we had to be faithful to each entry. We had to do what was necessary. And I really must thank the other judges, congratulate them for the effort, and thank them for their time, the time that they put into it, so that we could end up feeling gratified that we have done the students some justice. So thanks again for your keen participation. It is my hope that the managing director and his team will ensure that the competition continues a little bit longer, very much longer, as a matter of fact. And thank the students for the time they took to produce the stuff that they have done. We've heard about Mr. Cooper and international recognition that he has obtained. I have no doubt that among us, among the students here, we can emulate the reputation that Mr. Cooper has gained for himself and other artists. We see the mural in front of us, And in time, this airport, we think, will have a true representation of great Jamaican artists. And I have no doubt that some of you who are sitting here this morning, afternoon, will be among that lot. So, without any further ado, I just want to say thank you all. Thank you very much.
Without much ado, the whole aim of the program is also to broaden your knowledge, inspire you. So I hope at the end of this exercise, that's the way you'll feel about it, and go back and come back even bigger and better next year. Okay? And we're really here to show you what art can do, where you can go with art. It's not something to hide. It's something to do and expose and to lift, use it to lift and inspire people. So I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who is Dr. Veerle Poupeye, and we also have the distinct pleasure of her being a part of the Airport Art Committee. Dr. Poupeye is an art historian and curator specialized in Caribbean and Jamaican art. She holds a master's degree in art history from the Université Jean en Belgium. Come on, try and stay with me on this. And a PhD from Emory University in Atlanta, USA. Her publications include the books Caribbean Art, 1998, which was published in Thames, and Hudson's World of Art series, and Modern Jamaica, dated 1998, which she co-authored with David Boxer, and many chapters, journal articles, and exhibition catalog essays on Jamaican and Caribbean art and culture. She has previously worked as a curator at the National Gallery of Jamaica, as coordinator of the Visual Arts program of the Multicare Foundation, and at Edna Manley College, where she served as research fellow and the curator of the college's gallery and of the final year exhibitions. She has also taught art history, visual studies, and curatorial studies at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts in Kingston. She's since 2009 the executive director of the National Gallery of Jamaica. We welcome Dr. Veerle Poupeye.
I strongly believe in taking art into public spaces. You know, it is one of the most effective ways to make people engage with art. And what Mr. Matalon just said about what is with the Laura Facey sculpture downstairs, that's actually one of the things that art needs to do. It needs to challenge you, it needs to make you question what you take for granted, it needs to make you think, right? So when art causes you to ask, what is this? That's actually a good thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I travel a lot, and I go to many airports where art is part of the program. I mean, for instance, Atlanta is one airport which I think has quite a nice art program. And I think I'm very, very happy to be part of a similar program here in Kingston. And I think what we have done here in terms of the commissions, in terms of programs such as the school's art program, is, I'm sure, just the beginning of what will be a much broader program of bringing art in various forms to these airports. I'm very happy for that to happen. It is one of the best ways to engage people with art as they enter and leave Jamaica, and also in the process to engage them with various aspects of Jamaican culture. The National Gallery of Jamaica has two locations at the present time. It is located on the Kingston waterfront, at the corner of the waterfront and Orange Street, where you actually have what is the largest and the oldest art museum in the English-speaking Caribbean. I'm sure you did not know that, right? That we are, in fact, one of the leaders in that field in the region. More recently, we have also opened a branch in Montego Bay on Sam Sharp Square. So if you're from the western side of the island, there's National Gallery West for you, which is part of the Montego Bay Cultural Center. So we actually have two branches, and who knows, in the future, we may have more than two branches, you know, because I can very well see the need to have perhaps one somewhere in St. Mary or in Portland, and perhaps one in Mandeville. You know, because one of the criticisms that we sometimes get in terms of cultural institutions in Jamaica is that they are too Kingston focused. and that there is a need to take things out elsewhere in the island because there is a significant amount of population and economic activity there, also in schools and so forth. So if you live in the western side of the island, I strongly encourage you to visit the Montego Bay Cultural Center and National Gallery West. The last thing I want to speak about very briefly is the question I hear perhaps most often from young people. How can I get my work to exhibit at the National Gallery of Jamaica? Well, we do not exhibit children's art as such. We exhibit mostly the work of professional artists. But most of the professional artists, well, all of the professional artists have been students at some point in their life. Right? So it is part of what could very well be a legitimate career later on. And I think making the museum visit, familiarizing yourself with what artists do is an important part of that. A lot of our exhibitions focus on young artists. In fact, we have an exhibition that we will be launching in March of this year, which I'm sure many of you will find very exciting. It's called Digital. So it will be animation, video, GIFs, basically art in all digital media. So there's a lot that young people will find very, very engaging. And I do hope that you will make use of these opportunities and that perhaps it will inspire those of you who obviously have the talent to do so, to perhaps choose art as a career. Now, before I leave, I want to congratulate the winners of the competition, the students, the schools, the principals. It's important for the principal to support the art program in the school. The teachers. I know the teachers often put an enormous amount of energy and initiative in making sure that art is well taught at their school. And also the parents, because without parental support, most young artists do not even get a chance. So congratulations to all of you, and it really has been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Art is something that is made by humans, but the inspiration for almost all forms of art comes from nature, either directly, like a still life or a portrait, or indirectly, like the sleek lines of a Jaguar F-Type, shapes that are designed to channel wind and decrease friction to increase speed and performance. If you think of any piece of art, or just any beautifully man-made thing, and you can find nature in it. So let's try that for a second. Does anybody have a thing that they could think of that man has made that maybe we couldn't find nature in? You want to try? One of the students, come. Think of something, anything that you think that we made that nature is not in it. All of you? Okay, how about this? How about a cell phone? You think a cell phone has nature in it? No? Yes, I think if you look at a cell phone, especially now, the way things are made, they're made to fit in your hands a certain way, all right? So therefore, the cell phone is actually made for your hand. It's sized to fit your hand, right? So nature has influenced the making of a cell phone. For us humans, the creative process is the closest many of us will ever come to understanding the mysteries of our universe. So you may ask, what about science? My answer to you is that science and mathematics are just different forms of art using formulas and numbers instead of paint, canvas, and clay. The complex formulas and equations that describe the laws of physics are just a different way of seeing nature, describing nature, just a different form of art. Art is our most basic human way to describe, understand, and celebrate nature. We make paintings of the perfect sunset as we want to see it. We make sculptures of imaginary objects that do not yet exist but become real in our hands. We make elaborate jewelry from precious metals and gems to express our individual taste or our social status. We design buildings and bridges, not just to live in or get across a river, but to inspire and awe our fellow humans. We make furniture that makes us comfortable and also beautifies a room. We design clothing that improves the human form and makes us appear more beautiful to each other, giving nature a push, so to speak. There is nothing manufactured or made by human hands or machines that does not have art stamped all over it. Even machines themselves are a work of art. So, is art important? What do you think? Come on, wake up. What do you think? Yeah, it's important. And is art just drawing? Is it just painting? No, okay. No, art is making something where before there was nothing. In my life, I have been a fine artist, painter, a sculptor, 3D computer modeler, fashion designer, furniture designer, event planner and designer, interior designer, landscape designer, graphic designer, writer, self-taught chef, and recently a production designer for film. And this list will keep getting longer as long as I'm alive. My secret is never to be afraid to try something new, to jump in with both feet and maybe fail miserably, but to try my best to learn equally from my successes as my failures, so as to be the very best that I can be at whatever I'm doing, no matter what. And always, always, to keep making something out of nothing. Thank you.
Hannah Mulu, third place, 5 to 9. She gets her certificate presented by Patrona Morrison. She gets her cash scholarship courtesy of Airports Authority of Jamaica, and that's $10,000 for Hannah Mulu. And she also gets her AAJ school bag with lots of goodies in it. So congratulations, Hannah Mulu, third place in the category A, children 5 to 9 years. Second place winner, category A, 5 to 9, Shaddai Sinclair. And that's Corinaldi Avenue Primary School, all the way from Montego Bay, St. James. Please step forward. And Shaddai, a JetBlue airline ticket. Thank you, JetBlue. And in it is her Club Kingston VIP pass, because we roll, that's how we roll, VIP status only. And she gets, well, she got her bag, her VIP, and her certificate. Congratulations, Shaddai Sinclair, Corinaldi Avenue Primary, right out of Montego Bay. And this is how fairs it came. It's another Corinaldi primary student that is a top in the age 5 to 9. And her name is Prudent Salmon. Prudent Salmon, Corinaldi Avenue Primary. And she goes to town now because, you know, when you're first, you get your own trophy. You don't share a trophy. And you don't just get a trophy to put on your desktop because you have to have a studio, right? You have an art studio, right? No? Okay, you'll get one soon. You get Fly Jamaica tickets with VIP passes to the departure lounge of the Norman Manley International Airport. Come on now. And oh yes, you're from Mobay. You can use it in Mobay as well. It's all good. It's the same club. Club Kingston and Club Mobay. You can use it in Club Mobay. All right? But we're perfect if you come back to us. And, to say the least, Samsung Galaxy Tab 4. Girlfriend got to download her apps, or art apps, so she needs stuff to do that. And then there is the AAJ school bag with all our goodies in it. And we want to say congratulations, Prudent. Well done, Corinaldi. We're very happy to have you here. And they were brought here courtesy of Knutsford Express. We want to thank Knutsford Express for bringing them over for us. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We're moving right along. Thank you so much, Tim. We're going to category B. Tweens. Okay, age 10 to 14 years old. So gear up. Category B, tweens 10 to 14 years in the AAJ Schools Art Project 2015 goes to Tori Bygrave. Tori Bygrave, the Carteret College. And Tori walks away with a Samsung tablet, her AAJ school bag and goodies, and of course, a certificate that she will mount proudly on her wall and hopefully her studio and say, this is where it all started for me. That's Tori Bygrave, the Carteret College. Bigger up. Gabrielle Wright, number 2. Second place, Manchester High School. Second place, category B, age 10 to 14 in the AAJ Schools Art Project. Congratulations to Gabrielle. And Gabrielle gets JetBlue ticket. She gets her AAJ school bag. And she gets her, in that ticket envelope is her VIP pass now, because, you don't do economy when you're an artist, right? So, yes, and then her certificate. Congratulations, Gabrielle Wright. Welcome into the podium. CJ Smith of Newell High School. Number 1, category B. And as category, when you're number 1, you get your own trophy, okay? And you get your certificate to say this is, to confirm you're number 1, just in case anybody had any doubts. And then you gotta travel, because artists gotta move around and they take jets and they jet in and jet out. So Delta said, hey, we'll take him. And then he's got stuff to do, because now the girls are going to be calling. He's got a Facebook. He's got his Galaxy. And he'll be downloading his art apps. And he'll be doing his homework. Congratulations. His bag. His AAJ bag. Lots of goodies. Congratulations, CJ, Newell High School. Category C was amazing, and I really want you to put your hands together for everyone that made it to the top 10 in this one, because category C was amazing. Number 3, category C. Kajae Brown from Sydney Pagan STEM Academy. Sydney Pagan STEM Academy. We have Kajae Brown coming in at number 3. And he gets, Samsung tablet. He gets his AAJ school bag of goodies. And he gets his certificate to say, hey, it was a tough competition, but hey, I'm in. I'm number 3. Kajae Brown, congratulations, from Sydney Pagan STEM Academy. Shane Salmon, congratulations, sir. You're number 2, category C, the most difficult category this year. You get to shake the hand of greatness. And you get your certificate to prove that, you're in. You get your AAJ school bag of goodies. And of course, you gotta roll. JetBlue says, we'll take you. So you get an airline ticket with your VIP pass to the departure lounge. That's Club Kingston, the departure lounge. Congratulations, Shane Salmon. Absolutely well done. We're welcoming to the podium the new rock star, Anil Mullings of Newell High School. Number 1 in category C, age 15 to 19. And as champion, you get your own trophy, because it is what it is. And of course, the girls are gonna be calling and you can answer. You got a Samsung Galaxy Tab 4. And of course, Delta said, we're in it. Because you're so amazing, you'll travel on our airline, because we're amazing too. And of course, he gets his certificate to say, I'm number 1. And it's going to be like that for a while. Watch out, Manchester. Here goes your AAJ school bag of goodies. Congratulations, Anil Mullings. Absolutely amazing. Number 3, category D, special needs, 20 years and under. We have number 3, Aiden Neil McLeod. Don't limit yourself to anything. We're going to ask Patrona to present to Aiden Neil McLeod his certificate for being placed number 3 in the special needs category D. And he gets his school bag, AAJ school bag. Would you please come on this side? The photographer is having a bit of a challenge. And his teacher is signing for him so that he understands, because he's deaf. So he gets his school bag. He gets a check for $10,000, courtesy of the Airports Authority of Jamaica. And that's for him to do whatever he wants, as long as he pushes his art and keep going. Keep going. We are so proud of you. Okay? Thank you very much. We're calling to the stage Ashley Hussey. Ashley Hussey of Genesis Academy. And this is year number 2 for Ashley Hussey in the top 3. Don't play with Ashley. She said, these prizes are good. I'll be drawing as long as I can. So that's her certificate. And Fly Jamaica will make their presentation of an airline ticket. And you also get your bag, your AAJ bag. Please give it to her. Photo op. Congratulations, Ashley Hussey, Genesis Academy. Rafiq was 3rd last year in his category. And guess what? He says, I'm drawing again. And guess what? This year he's number 1. Rafiq Roberts, the Queen's Preparatory School. And as number 1, you get your own trophy. And of course, he flies. JetBlue away, he jets out of here. And oh yes, special needs, so what? He got his Samsung, and of course, his certificate. Congratulations to Rafiq Roberts, moved from 3rd place last year to number 1. We felt the school family behind the project because our teacher took on the AAJ project and put it as a special project to the art community at the school, and everybody gave it their shot. And this is what we're rewarding today, that group effort. Okay, from the county of Cornwall, and this is the first time Cornwall is getting an award in this category, because last year, I told you that little thing that happened last year. We said, and they came back. County of Cornwall, Mount Alvernia Prep School from St. James.
Can I have the kids up here?
Yeah, you wanted 2 of the children. He wants 2 of the kids. That's the family we were talking about. Mount Alvernia, county champions from Cornwall, the county of Cornwall. Welcoming to the podium, Newell High School out of St. Elizabeth, county of Middlesex, champions of the county of Middlesex. Please step forward. You get your trophy, the president's trophy at that, and you get your check that goes towards the art department of your school. Please give them a round of applause. Put it together for Newell High School, brand new entrance in the AAJ Schools Art Project 2015. Congratulations, sir. And last but certainly not least, County of Surrey. The Queen's Prep School, winners of the County of Surrey. Step forward for your President's Trophy. and your check for your school. Congratulations. Keep the applause going for Queen's Prep School. Very, very good. Amazing job done. And they sent in a load of entries. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations! Give a round of applause going. Thank you so much. You're looking at the very best of what we had in this competition.
Yeah.